Okie dokie, we should be live. What's going on, guys? Hopefully you're doing well. Great weekend of boxing coming up. Well, we've only really got one fight, but it's a big fight. It's a really good fight. Jermell Charlo, Brian Castano for Undisputed at 154. Great fight, man. Cannot wait for it. Cannot wait for it. I'm leaning towards Jermell Charlo, to be honest. But I think it will be a very competitive fight. And stylistically, I can't see that fight being anything other than very entertaining. You know, so I'm really looking forward to that fight. Should be great. Should be great. But yeah, leaning towards Jermell Charlo, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Another thing you need to consider as well with that fight, unfortunately, is that it's in Texas, and that's where Jermell Charlo is from. And as we know, Texas doesn't have the best reputation for fair decisions. So, you know, we need to keep that into account when we talk about this fight. But I'm expecting a real fun fight. I think there's going to be some great moments. And I'm really looking forward to it. So, yo, share your what's your thoughts on that fight, guys? Big up to Fight Media 360 in the house. We got Saka in the house as well. Haydar Mahmood, big up to you, sir. Haitian Sensation in the house as well. Big up to you, man. Yes, big up Saka, man. He says Castano's getting iced. I mean, listen, man, I wouldn't be surprised. Castano is relatively aggressive. He does have a habit sometimes of coming in like straight on, in straight lines. And against a sharp puncher like Jermell Charlo, that can always be a recipe for disaster. What Castano does do well, once he's on the inside, he can take like a sidestep and create an angle for himself. So once he gets to the inside, Castano is actually quite effective, but getting to the inside, sometimes he leaves a few openings, and maybe a sharp puncher like Jermell Charlo can take advantage of it. But again, I see these two guys matching for a real fun fight. Why do I kind of have a feeling Castano might get robbed? Well, it's in Texas, man. It's in Texas, man. That's what it is, man. You can never really trust Texas for fair scorecards. But apart from that, I'm really looking forward to this fight, man. Really looking forward to it. Yes, Team Casimiro. No simping, bruv. No simping. No, it's always Team Casimiro down here, man. Pick up to Brown Gone 1. Salute to you, sir. Zukan versus Leewood confirmed for fight camp. Yeah, week 1. I think Zukan should win that, Haydar, to be honest with you. I would favour Zukan. A bit too busy, a bit too active. I think he's just a better fighter. Either a late stoppage or on points. I know Zukan isn't the biggest puncher, but I think he's a much higher level fighter than Leewood, to tell you the truth. So, yeah, so it's a good fight, though. It's going to be a fun fight, I guess. But I can't really see Leewood winning that fight, in all honesty. Yeah, Jermell's a sharpshooter. A straight right down the pipe may drop Castano. Yeah, also the uppercut as well, Saka. He's got a pretty decent uppercut, Jermell Charlo. Good shot that. So, should be good. Yeah, Warrington Lara. I'm looking forward to that fight, Haydar. I'm looking forward to it. I think Warrington's got a chance, but in this fight, he needs to be in and out. He can't get too greedy, because if you go back and watch that first fight, when Josh Warrington actually got up close and then threw the combination, he was getting off first. The problem was for Josh Warrington, he was staying in the pocket far too often, and at the end of his combinations, he was starting to get caught. I think Warrington was far too greedy in that fight, and as a result, he got caught with a lot of hard shots and eventually got knocked out. So I think if Josh Warrington approaches this fight from like a more tactical standpoint, picking his moments, I do believe he can win, but I still think it's a very hard fight. Looking forward to it. Yes, I can see it going either way, Saka, but again, I would lean towards Jermell Charlo. Yeah, Castano Charlo is going to be great. I think Jermell might stop him late with a hook and an uppercut. I can see that. I'm betting my Christmas money on Charlo, easy money. He should win. You know, he's the home fighter in his home state. He's the bigger dude as well. He's definitely the rightful favourite, but I don't think it's an easy fight. Apparently, Castano's been dropped 13 times in his last 9 fights. Is that true? No, that's bullshit. Crazy D3. That's bullshit. He got dropped against the guy he fought for the interim title. I forgot who it was, but he got dropped in that fight, I know. But I think he's only been dropped once. I wouldn't be surprised, Saka. I wouldn't be surprised, but I wouldn't make my pick just yet. I'm going to wait on that one. Who do you fancy in the Franco-Maloney trilogy? I see Maloney winning. Franco is just meh. Yeah, I don't really rate either guy all that highly, to tell you the truth, but I would lean towards Maloney. Have you seen the card Warren is putting on the 28th of August? I did see something about it. I know Anthony Yardy's back on that card. That's what I do know. But yeah, I've not really looked at it. I've not really looked at it, Haydar. So I can't really tell you about it. Trying to do like 5 things in the background here, you know. Fucking idiot. I've got Zukan, Michael Van Gerwen, late stoppage or late stoppage or a wide points win for Kanzu. I just don't think Lee Wood has what it takes in that fight, to tell you the truth. Lee Wood's a good domestic fighter, there's no doubt about it. But yeah, I don't think he beats Zukan. I think Zukan's too good for him. Brings a lot of volume to the table, man, Zukan. There's no doubt about it. Right, okie dokie. I'm trying to do like a million things at once in the background. Like a fucking idiot. Apologies, guys. There we go. Close that shit. Okay. Yeah, I think Josh can actually stop Lara. He was landing some great shots, but I got overconfident. We shall see, though. I'm worried for Josh. He doesn't look like he's handling the weight. He was always very drawn, but since he's been the champion, I really think he's struggling. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. He's not a small dude, Josh Warrington. And especially with that style, if he is weight drained, it's going to affect that style. He throws a million punches per round, you know, very physically fit. His style is based on output. So if he is struggling with weight, it's going to affect him more than most, honestly. Is Yiga any good? He's an okay European level boxer, Saka. He's okay. Not much power, though. Yes, big up to Recognize the Matrix, part of a BDA family. Salute, Del Boy. I like Castano's chances, but I'm picking Charlo, the home fighter, and a pretty good advantages over Castano. Yeah, that's how I see it, Recognize. At the end of the day, he's the Texas fighter, fighting in Texas. He's the bigger, longer man, naturally a harder puncher. He has most of the physical advantages. He's got the home advantage. And he is a decent fighter in his own right. I think he will overcome what Castano has to offer. But I wouldn't be shocked to see like a controversial decision. You know, for Brian Castano in that fight, he needs to be all of the way in at all times. He can't afford to mill around on the outside, take his time getting in. He needs to stick to Jermell Charlo like glue. Jermell Charlo's not a great inside fighter, in my opinion. And yeah, he needs to stay on top of Charlo for as long as possible to win that fight. But it should be good, man. I'm actually looking forward to it, to be honest. I'm actually looking forward to it. Should be a good fight. Should be a fun little fight. And yeah, that's the sort of fight we need, man. That's the sort of fight we need. So yeah, big up to the PBC for once, man. I've been critical of those guys in recent years, but that's a great fight. That's a great fight. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, Golovkin's in camp for a potential Canelo trilogy. I'll be honest, yeah, I'd rather see that than fucking Caleb Plant. You guys know I don't rate Caleb Plant that highly. I think Caleb Plant is basically just a belt holder as far as I'm concerned. I think he's a decent fighter. I think he's relatively talented, but I don't see Caleb Plant as like an elite level fighter, to tell you the truth. I don't think he beats David Benavidez, much less Canelo Alvarez. I mean, I wouldn't pick Caleb Plant to beat David Morrell, the Cuban kid. I just don't rate Caleb Plant that much. Yeah, good fight that, Haydar. Hamza Shiraz versus Anthony Fowler, final eliminator for the British title at super welterweight. Yeah, good fight. Hopefully it happens. Yes, that was the one. That's the same guy, Crazy D3. Yeah, Baranchik fucked his eye up. All kinds of bad. Yeah, salute to Jed Kyle as well, man. I think Mel's power could be the difference, and he's huge for the weight as well. Yeah, exactly. I think Shiraz stops Fowler. I think Fowler's pretty tough, to be honest. I think that'll be a bit of a war. But I actually quite rate Hamza Shiraz. I think he's a good prospect. He's one of those guys who does all of the basics really well. Nice jab, nice straight cross, decent guard, good balance, just a decent technician, and he's big for the weight as well. So, yeah, I do rate Hamza Shiraz. I think he's decent. I think he's a decent fighter. But yeah, this weekend really is all about Charlo. Charlo Castano. That's the one this weekend. Pick up to the 90s in the chat. Plant is shit, Saka says. The reason USYK hasn't been confirmed is because they're waiting on restrictions to be lifted just to make sure they'll have fans. Okay, yeah, fingers crossed it gets announced soon, man. I'm growing impatient. People can say what they want about the UFC, but if the UFC had Spence and Crawford, they would have already made that fight. Indeed, they would have, man. Yeah, Jed Kyle, he's got Charlo by late stoppage. Will counter and catch Castano a lot in this fight. Yeah, that could happen. As I said, Castano's main problems are that he comes in straight lines. He keeps his guard pretty tight, but still he comes through the middle with straight lines. And he's not the hardest target to hit when he's coming forwards. Again, what I do like about Castano, when he's on the inside, he'll take that side step to step around you, create an angle, and then he'll work. But he needs to be a lot more nuanced with how he actually closes the distance in this fight, because he could get knocked out if he ain't careful. Plant better run for the hills if he wants to keep that belt. I agree, Leo. Look at Don the Great, sub for a free shout out on the next video. Just click my profile. I'm good, bro. I am good. I'll shout anybody out, bro, but don't come in here with that spam shit, man. Get the fuck out of here. Come on, man. Plant better. Yeah, I'm lost now. Yeah, one guy I really respect is Jojo Diaz. He runs to tough fights, and the only guy who wants to fight Haney. Yeah, and he's talking about fighting Gervonta Davis, Saka. Jojo Diaz. He's talking about fighting Gervonta Davis. So I like Jojo, man. He fights anybody. And he always gives it a good account of himself, even if he loses. Sup Del Boy UFC Sup Del Boy UFC card's pretty good this week. I'm not sure who's fighting, Joey. Not sure who's fighting. Yeah, Joe Joyce back next week. Carlos Takam. Indeed. Oh, bro, that fight just gives me fucking... That's a shit fight. Bud versus Zepeda. Absolute garbage. What a horrible fight that is. No interest in that whatsoever. I mean, Jose Zepeda looked absolutely awful against Hank Lundy in his last fight. He looked terrible. So that would be a dreadful opponent for Terence Crawford. No interest in that whatsoever. Do you think Baranchik has anything left? Probably not, to be honest, after that fight. Exactly, Gabe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jojo and Tank is not a bad fight. I don't think it's terrible, Jed Kyle. I don't think it's terrible. I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, little Charlo hits way harder than his big brother, despite their boxing record knockouts. Yeah, he seems to be developing power, Jermell Charlo, sitting down on his shots a lot more. When you look at Jermell Charlo early in his career, he used to box a lot more. He used to move a lot more. But as he kind of got more experience, he started to plant his feet a bit more and started to get more knockouts, which is a good thing, man, as a fan. Rolly Romero by KO tomorrow. Yeah, Rolly Romero is fighting Anthony Yigit. Yeah, Anthony Yigit, sorry, yeah. So that'll be a decent little test for him. Only thing is, Anthony Yiggett is on short notice, so what's he going to do in that fight? Not really sure, to be honest, but I don't really rate Rolly Romero, to tell you the truth. I felt he lost to Jackson Martinez clearly. Yeah. Yes, hit the like, indeed. Big up to Joey Rizzo. Thank you for reminding people, man. Yeah, Crawford Zepeda is terrible, typical Aram trash. And speaking of Aram trash, yeah, I've got to fucking say this. I know everybody loves Joe Smith Jr., but what the fuck is going on? Like, I've been hearing reports that this guy's in talks to fight his mandatory Umar Salamov and then Danny Jacobs at 175. I mean, forgive me if I'm wrong, but after Beterbiev fought Adam Diaz, after Joe Smith fought Maxim Vlasov, Top Rank were talking about Beterbiev, Joe Smith Jr. So what the fuck has happened there? Like, is Joe Smith Jr. just going to get a pass for fucking ducking that fight just because he's a nice guy? It's embarrassing, man. Absolutely embarrassing. Daniel Jacobs at 175 against Joe Smith Jr. Are you serious? This was a guy who looked terrible against Julio Cesar Chavez at 168. He looked awful against Gabriel Rosado at 168. Danny Jacobs should not be getting a title shot at 168, let alone 175. That's fucking cancer, man. See, that's what's wrong with boxing. You got two guys in the same fucking promotional company ready for a unification, and we're getting Joe Smith Jr. versus Umar Salamov and then Danny fucking Jacobs. And I like Danny Jacobs, man, but that's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Yeah, Jeremy Stevens is fighting on the UFC, indeed. I still think Jermell is more talented than Jermell. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. I've always rated Jermell slightly higher, personally. Yeah, Ladwaba died. Yeah, Pacquiao's old opponents. Yeah, was that Pacquiao's first fight in America? I'm pretty sure it was, or his first fight on HBO. Yeah, yeah, still pointless, bro. Yeah, Rolly Romero's a fucking idiot, bro. Rolly Romero, man, clown, absolute clown. Yeah, Delic, I'm coming. Big up to Naril. Yeah, Smith Jr. holding the belt hostage. Indeed, he is. Yeah, while Joe Smith Jr. versus Danny Jacobs might be good for NYC, it'll be terrible for fans outside of NYC. And I do agree, it will be trash. Yeah, I mean, it's not like Danny Jacobs went to 168 and he's been killing guys. He's looked awful. Just yeah, I like Smith Jr., but they all know Beterbiev would end his career. Yeah, exactly. That's going to be like one of those building site injuries, man. He's going to get fucking mangled, bro, in my opinion. And again, but in all seriousness, I like Beterbiev, as you guys know. But in all seriousness, Beterbiev's been down. He's been hurt. He can be hit. As we know, Joe can crack. I don't get why he's not backing himself. I mean, if he won that fight, that's a huge fucking win. Why is he not backing himself? He's got the power. You know, he's got a chin. I just don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. Yes, big up to Boxing Beats and Rhymes. Yeah, they want to cash in on Joe. Exactly, yeah. Danny Jacobs in NYC, I would imagine, makes a lot of money. I would imagine. So, yeah, but it's disappointing, man. I mean, you know, two guys right there at Top Rank and they're fucking around. I mean, who's Beterbiev going to fight in the meantime? Fan Long Meng? I mean, come on, man. It's garbage. I lost a lot of respect for Joe Smith Jr. A lot of respect. And it was similar with Michael Hunter. You know, I like both of those guys. And I'm sure I'll watch these guys fight again in the future and enjoy their fights. But right now, man, I'm not feeling those two guys at all. Yeah, Jacobs hasn't looked great, man, at 168. He's not looked great. I felt he looked really flat against Rosado and Chavez Jr. Exactly, yeah. Joe Smith Jr., yeah, he's the type of guy to get a pass because he's a nice guy, yeah. Do you know what? I've got a sneaky feeling Joe Joyce isn't going to look as good as people think in that fight. I think he'll win. But I think he might have a few troubles here and there. Wouldn't be surprised if Takam gives him some problems early on. Yeah, it was around that time, recognise. It was definitely around that time. Yeah, I went back and watched some Ledwaba highlights because, to tell you the truth, before he passed away, I only watched the Pacquiao fight, but he looked like a good fighter, man. Good boxer. Yeah, Bivol Zerdo, good fight. Yeah, Zerdo Ramirez is calling for it. And obviously both guys are with DAZN. I'll tell you what, this might be super controversial. I think Zerdo's got a good chance in that fight against Bivol. I've always rated Zerdo Ramirez. I know his resume is not really anything to write home about. He's been super inactive, but he's a 6'3" southpaw who's got great fundamentals, nice guard. He's got a good body work, decent power. He's strong. I think Gilberto Ramirez has the potential to maybe beat Bivol. Honestly, I think that's a 50-50 fight. I think that's a good fight. Maybe you guys think I'm tripping, but Bivol to me in recent times hasn't been as impressive. And I wouldn't be shocked if Gilberto Ramirez beats him. There you go. Yeah, I like fighters who want to fight because they like it, not fighters who wait years to cash in properly. Exactly. Yeah, Joe Smith Jr. could catch Arthur and KO him. Exactly, bro. Just roll the dice. Back yourself. If you win, then there's some huge money. Maybe you get that Canelo fight. Yeah, listen, man. Tyson Fury to me is just not interesting at this stage. I'd go as far as saying he's my least favourite of the main three heavyweights. I'd go as far as saying that. I just can't stand Tyson Fury, man, honestly. I don't know. I'm not sure whether he hits way harder than Callum Johnson, to be honest, but he's in that ballpark, right? Bro, are you trying to get Joe Smith Jr. killed? He has no chance versus Beterbiev. Are you serious? He barely survived a Russian kid last time out. Yeah, I know, man, but listen, Beterbiev's been hurt. He's been down. He can be hit. If Joe connects, who knows, man? That's what boxing's about. You're a world champion. You should be fighting other world-class fighters. And Beterbiev is one of those in that division. Yeah, Khabib made the right decision, in my opinion, Soler. He did what he needed to do. Nobody was close to beating him, and he left, man. Left on top. Can't argue with that. Nah, come on, man. That'll be a barn burner, Levi. That'll be a barn burner. I've never seen it Madeira cake. Obviously, like anything, there's always going to be individuals who are, but as a whole, I personally don't think so. But I can only speak for myself, really. But I've not seen it. I've not seen it. Yeah, the Laduaba Pacquiao fight was on. Okay, so Laduaba Pacquiao was on Videla Hoya versus Castillo fight. Okay. Stern versus Fagan boots. Why not, man? Why not? Exactly, bro. Zerdo to me is... I think Zerdo is getting slept on. I really do. Southpaw, tall, rangy. He can punch a bit, sorry. I think he's a decent fighter. I've always rated him, to be honest, recognised, but his career has just been so frustrating. But I don't think he's a bad fighter at all. I'll tell you what, I think Zerdo beats Joe Smith Jr. Tell you that much. Man, listen, Joe Smith can always wear a hard hat, bro, if he fights Beterbiev. Oh, Christ. Would you rather see Bivol versus Zerdo instead of Ryder? Of course, man. Of course. Again, John Ryder... I mean, come on, man. Yeah, that without doubt, man. I think Zerdo's defense is poor, but he has Golden Boy judging. Yeah, that's another thing as well. That is another thing. Oh, yeah, man, I saw this, Levi. Brian Rose, Sergio Martinez. Yeah, fucking embarrassing. I still think fucking Brian Rose loses that fight, to be honest. Yeah, Joe Smith always does better as an underdog. Yep, he does. Exactly, Joey Rizzo. What was more unlikely, Andy Ruiz beating Anthony Joshua or Joe Smith potentially beating Artur Beterbiev? Of course Joe Smith Jr. has a chance, man. He's got that power. Good fight, yeah. Casimiro versus Rigondeaux. What a fight. I hope the old Jackal wins. He's a Cuban legend. Do you know what? I think Casimiro should win. He's the younger, fresher guy, much better volume, all-out aggression. I think he might overwhelm Rigondeaux, but Casimiro takes a lot of risks to land his stuff. So I could easily see Rigondeaux timing him coming in with a straight left. And as we know, Rigondeaux hits hard in those weight classes. So I think Rigondeaux's got a puncher's chance, but I would favour Casimiro. Good fight, though. Yes, Beterbiev, Badu Jack. Yeah, good fight, man. I don't think Badu Jack would shy away from it. Madeira cake. I don't think he would shy away from it. Badu Jack's fought killers, man. Badu Jack's fought killers. So he'll fight Beterbiev, I'm sure. Dude, I would pick Golovkin over Caleb Plant at 168. If Golovkin has one chin-up fight at 168, don't call me crazy. I agree, man. I don't rate Caleb Plant at all. Not at the elite level, anyway. What super heavyweights should we be looking out for in the Olympic Games? Bakodir Jalolov, bro. Bakodir Jalolov. Obviously, Fraser Clark as well is in there. But yeah, Jalolov to me seems like the obvious choice. Yeah, I would favour David Morrell, Saka. I would favour David Morrell over John Ryder. Good fight, though. Good fight. And I'll tell you what, Cop End, I know he's not a heavyweight, but to me, yeah, if you're looking at like British Olympians for this year, I think Ben Whittaker, he might not medal, he might not do the best in the Olympic Games, but I think Ben Whittaker will do the best as a pro. I think Ben Whittaker's style is made for the pro ranks. I'm looking forward to seeing him turn pro. Ben Whittaker, remember the name. I think he's a good fighter. Yeah, Lee Selby, Isaac Cruz, IBF final eliminator. Selby's next fight very likely to be after he appealed the decision and the sanctioning fees he's paid in the past. Is that happening, Alex Black? Lee Selby, Isaac Cruz, are you serious? It's a shit fight, bro. I think Isaac Cruz beats him, to be honest. Steady on the old Billerabout outside, by sounds of it. I don't think they're after me. I don't think I've done anything. Hope not. One second, guys. Rigondeaux's going to Rigondeaux's going to KO him. It's too skilled. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Saka. Rigondeaux's legs are gone. His legs have gone. And that's going to be a problem keeping Casimiro off of him, maintaining the range. He's going to have a trouble. He really is. But he's got that one-punch power, and I think he can hurt Casimiro. Casimiro's been stopped before. He's been hurt before. So I think Rigondeaux's accurate enough and hits hard enough to give Casimiro trouble. So I'm looking forward to that fight, I'm actually looking forward to that fight. I need to do a prediction video on it, though. I need to do a prediction video. I just not got round to it. But it's a good fight. It's a good fight. Right. Who's Fowler fighting next? He's fighting Roberto Garcia on Fight Camp. Yep. I mean, Beterbiev turned pro in, 2013? He's had 16 or 17 fights, something like that. In 8 years. That's crazy. 16, 17 fights in 8 years. Should be double that, in all honesty. Or close to double that. Yeah, he is. To me, he appears that way, Naril. He appears that way. There's rumours that Garcia Fundora would be on the Pacquiao undercard. This is interesting, but I favour Garcia to cause Fundora's chin. Sorry, but I favour Garcia because Fundora's chin is being tested. I've got a feeling it'll end like Martinez, Paul Williams. But yeah, it's a good fight. Sergio Garcia, Sebastian Fundora. I'm not sure how I feel about that fight, who wins. So I'm going to keep my picks to myself, man. Big up to Fight Media 360. Salute to you. Yeah, I've been good, man. I've not been too bad, bro. Not been too bad at all. Yeah, exactly. That Caleb Truax fight was horrible, man. Yeah, that's a great fight, Jerry Rizzo. And Chisora, yeah. Chisora's the type of guy to fuck around and take that fight as well. So it could happen. If they pay Chisora enough, he would take that fight. Let's get it. Why not, man? I want to do like 5 things at once here. And I'm kind of fucking up. Anyway, let's leave that shit alone. Yeah, Selby's shot, in my opinion, Alex. He's not a lightweight either. He's way past it at this stage, man. I'd rather he just retire. Had a decent career, made a bit of money. He might as well retire now, Lee Selby. Yeah, so do I, Copend. Only problem being, it's a late replacement. So how long's he been training? And also, Anthony Yigit was mainly at 140. He's taken this fight at 135. So I'm not really sure what sort of condition Yigit's going to be in. So we shall see. I don't know. Sorry, I don't care what network Plant versus Canelo is on, but I'd rather it be on the Zone. Yeah, be cheaper, man. Be cheaper, especially for you guys in the States. Yeah, exactly, Copend. Yeah, more than likely we'll get robbed on the cards. Have you seen Ade's latest videos? Always talking about COVID and COVID bubbles, as if that was going to make a difference in Fury pulling out. Yeah, I mean, I've not really seen any of his recent videos, to tell you the truth. Yeah, Chisora Hrgovic, good fight. I would watch it. Exactly, Garcia needs to chop Fundora's body down, target that long body. He has the speed and movement to exactly, and he's got the output. Yeah, I mean, again, I feel the same way about Michael Hunter as I do Joe Smith Jr., man. Just disappointed me. You know, guys who I liked just ducking plainly in sight, man. It's crazy. Bollocks. Yeah, does the delay benefit Wilder enough for him to have a realistic chance of winning? Is Fury out of shape, or does he need more time to train? To be honest with you, Crazy D3, I'm not really sure what went on there, but to me it seemed very fishy. I'm not going to speculate why that fight was postponed. Maybe it was what they said, but it did seem very fishy. But who does it favour? I mean, I think Tyson Fury should always really win that fight, but the only thing I will say is, like, how many times or how many chances do you want to give Deontay Wilder to knock you out? How many times do you want to give Deontay Wilder just to land that one perfect shot? Fury's playing with fire. Wilder can't box, yeah, we know that. He's not a great technical boxer. He does a lot wrong, but if he catches you, he can ice you. So Tyson's playing with fire. He can't afford to take his eye off the ball in this fight. It could go wrong. So he needs to take it seriously. Yeah, that's a good shout, Copend. Yeah, I don't expect Chisora to come in shape now. He's left for Haymaker. He hasn't got the self-discipline to stay in shape. Yeah, David Haye David Haye was very good for Derek Chisora, in my opinion. Very good. I felt he did a great job for Derek. Everyone was kind of cussing David Haye at the time, you know, just basically trying to rob Chisora, but he got Chisora on God knows how many pay-per-views, got in big fights, got him paid, man. So David did a great job, man, in that fight. He really did, bro. Did a great fucking job. What's your thoughts on Rolly Romero calling out Tank? I mean, really, it's what he should do, but I've got no interest in that fight whatsoever. I'm pretty certain it's Fight TV, Crazy D3, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty certain it's Fight TV. Yep, no hype whatsoever for Charlo Castano, which is a shame. It's a great fight. Yep, Filip Hrgović ducked by Dempsey McKean, Michael Hunter, Hughie Fury, Joseph Parker, Martin Bacole, Charles Martin, Tony Yoka, and Luis Ortiz. I mean, you've got an opportunity to fight for in a heavyweight title eliminator. Yeah, again, the money against Hrgović may not be the best, but if you win that fight, you're in line for a heavyweight title shot. The money's going to come. So if you back yourself and if you're confident in yourself, you should take that fight. But these guys are fucking around, man. So it's a joke. I tell you what, man, it's getting harder and harder to really cover boxing, man. It's getting harder and harder. Again, I love boxing. I'll always love boxing, but sometimes it's just hard to get the motivation to make a video, man, honestly. Which is why I made all those like prediction videos in one go, because I love doing those sort of videos, like prediction videos of fights I'm interested in. So, yeah, man, I mean, it's what it is, what it is. We got a good fight this weekend, which is good. Exactly, Alex Black. Yeah, I agree. Again, though, Levi, I'm not saying the money to fight Hrgović is great in that initial fight. It's not, right? But if you beat Hrgović, you are in line to fight for the heavyweight title, which could be against Anthony Joshua. Who knows? Maybe Joshua beats USYK. Undisputed still doesn't happen. You're in line to fight Anthony Joshua. Millions on the line. You should be willing to back yourself, man. You should be willing to back yourself. I mean, what business does Martin Bacole have turning down that fight? Nobody knows him in his own house. You know what I mean? And this guy's turning down money to fight Hrgović for an eliminator. It's a joke. It's a joke, man. Yeah, it's a crazy situation, bro. That's how fucked up boxing's becoming, man. It's a crazy situation. But, you know, what can you really do? What can you really do? It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not going to get too fucking butthurt about it, even though I've been moaning all fucking stream. But you know how it is. You guys know how it is, man. It is what it is. I just get frustrated with it sometimes, man. But yeah, just got to take what you can get, really, I guess. Take the good fights that we do get and enjoy them. That's really all we can say. Yeah, Callis Howland, yeah, he said McKean turned it down. Yep. Again, who the fuck is Dempsey McKean? I mean, Dempsey McKean's a guy who went life and death with Jonathan Rice. Does this guy think his career's got millions of dollars in the future? Come on, man. I guarantee you, Dempsey McKean will not get paid as much in any other fight than fighting Filip Hrgović in his career if he doesn't take that fight. Because he'll get knocked out by some average fighter, Dempsey McKean. Yeah, Ivan Dichko fought the other weekend. Yeah, glad that he's back because he last fought in 2019. Yeah, I guarantee he would, Jerry Rizzo. I'm pretty sure he would. We also just saw White wait 3 years for an AJ mandatory. So Hunter and Bacole is saying I'll never get the mandatory fight anyway. So why risk losing to Hrgović, getting damaged and not earning a purse? No, Dillian White was going for the WBC route. And Dillian White was offered a fight with Joshua and he turned it down. Like a career high payday, and he turned it down. So the IBF are always super strict with enforcing mandos. They are always super strict. Who do you think would win, Jojo Diaz or Chris Colbert? That's a good fight, you know. That's a hard one for me. I think Chris Colbert is naturally a bit more talented, you know, in terms of like speed, athleticism. I think he's got the edge, but Jojo is a lot more experienced. He's fought better competition. So I would call that basically a 50-50, to be honest. I might lean towards Colbert in the slightest way, but yeah. Yeah, that Parker Farr card was awful, bro. Yeah, very good fight for Tim Tszyu, indeed. Liam Smith, yeah. I mean, I would like to see Tim Tszyu fight Magomed Kurbanov. I think that would be a good fight. Yeah, he never did. Yeah, he got offered a voluntary defense against Joshua, and he turned it down. Yeah, that was Dennis Baktov. He fought Levi. Dennis Baktov. I give Bakole a pass. He's been stuck in Africa training at night because of the heat in a homemade gym, and his country is falling apart. Bakole wanted to get to the UK and have one warm-up. Can't blame him. I guess that's fair, man, but still, like, is Bakole really in the position to, like, be dictating like that? He's not a name. Nobody knows who he is, man. I would say just take your chance, and whatever happens, happens. Like, even if you put in a good performance and you lose, you're probably still better off, to be honest. You got a couple of $100,000 in the bank and a bit more profile. So I get what you're saying, AA, but I mean, look at what fighters had to contend with back in the day, like way back in the day, man. They would kill for that sort of opportunity. Exactly, he's going nowhere in the boxing world. Dempsey McKean. I mean, who? Yeah. Yeah, I'd lean towards Colbert as well, but very hard fight to call, in my opinion. Very hard fight to call. Yeah, surely somebody takes the Hrgovic fight. 1.5 million bid wins it, and you can screw him over for a big money fight. I'm shocked promoters ain't jumping at it. So am I, bro. I thought there'd be one fighter in that top 15 begging for the opportunity. Retirement, bro. Or he might be in my second channel if he ain't careful. Cornflakes Lamana. My man got fucking decapitated against a Cuban last time out. Fucking missile straight left hand, bang on the chin. I would take Yildirim, the 90s. You know, for what it is, I actually think that's a decent fight. I don't think Yildirim has ever been a world-level fighter. I would describe him as European level. Jack Cullen is a good domestic-level fighter. Both guys are quite aggressive, so that'll be a fun fight. But I would imagine Yildirim wins. And by the way, can we just say, can you imagine, fighting in Florida in a massive stadium against Canelo to fighting in Eddie's back garden in a space of 2 fights? Fucking hell. What a fall from grace. Yeah, I think Billy Nelson might be the problem. See, I've heard mixed things about Billy Nelson. I've heard a lot of bad things, and I've heard a lot of good things, so I can't really make that guy out. I was at the bar with Parker and Farr on the television live, and I just turned my head and spoke to some drunk, coked up fool instead of watching that lame fight. Don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you. Yeah, Billy. Yeah, exactly. Alex Black. Yeah. I mean, he's taking his time out to train fucking that Icelandic bodybuilder, whatever his name is, for whatever his name is, that steroid pumping buffoon. Yeah, exactly, man. He's all about a pound note. Okay, it's official on BoxRec. Interesting. Oh yeah, that was a fun fight. Yeah, Julius Long versus Hemi Ahio. Yeah, that was actually a good fight for what it was. Yeah, he did look poor. I felt he just about won that fight, but Kuzmin threw it away. Kuzmin was way out of shape. Kuzmin should have won that fight. Kuzmin should have won that fight, but he was just out of shape. To me, he showed in that fight he was more technically sound, the better boxer, but, you know, just out of shape. Just turned up like a fat cunt. No, I wouldn't. I don't think I would cover a boxer on the second channel unless it's really fucked up. Like, really fucked up. I need to put some more time into the second channel, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yep, getting to stand in the burger van queue with Frank Smith is worth 750 quid without the cards. Exactly, bro. Basically, it's 750 quid for vol au vents, sausage rolls, cheap champagne, and some average fights in a back garden. I mean, I've seen fucking fist fights in people's back gardens before, and I saw that for fucking free. You know what I mean? So, exactly, unrivaled. Yeah, you can't take BoxRec with 100% certainty, no doubt. Salute to Carlos Mendoza. Big up to you, sir. Yeah, a Parker fight's the remedy for insomnia, indeed. Tyson Fury seems a little scared about fighting Wilder. To be honest with you, Fight Media, I'm just past caring about Tyson Fury at this point. I'm just past caring. Until I see this guy in the ring, in front of his opponents, not really going to pay him any more mind until that happens. Joseph Parker, Hughie Fury, Malik Scott when he was active. Who else? Christian Hammer can be a bit dull. There's a few out there. Yeah, Jed Kyle, man, you got a lot of stories, man. You're well read. I would imagine you're the type of guy who's very well read into similar things to what I am. I mean, I just don't like his aura, his energy. He's not trustworthy at all, in my opinion. Very manipulative, Tyson Fury. I just don't like the guy at all. Don't like him. But again, it's not like I like Deontay Wilder. I don't like Anthony Joshua, so I'm one of those rare cases. I don't really like any of the top three, to tell you the truth. None of these guys are my cup of tea. I can't really relate to them, or I just don't. For whatever reason, it's one of those things, man. Exactly, E-Machines, yeah. Yeah, Andre Durrell ranked at 10 by the WBA at 175. Yep, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't think it's that. I think there's some ulterior motive, Alan, behind it. But I don't think it's because Tyson Fury's scared. Yeah, Fury's like an internet troll who just happens to be a world-class fighter, yeah. And listen, man, I'm not saying Tyson Fury isn't a good fighter. I think on his day, if he was dedicated, if he fought regularly, I think he would beat Wilder, Joshua, Usyk. I think he would beat these guys. I think he is the best when he's at his best. But again, look at it from a consumer point of view as well. This guy's been pro since 2008, and he's won 2 world title fights. He's not fighting that regularly. So what is there to like about Tyson Fury, really, even as like a consumer of boxing? It's not like he's got a great entertaining style. I can count Tyson Fury's entertaining fights on one hand. So I used to like Tyson Fury on the come up, but he just kind of changed, man. He's sold out, and I don't like him. Simple as that. Well, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if one belt gets dropped. AA, wouldn't be surprised. I don't think all of the belts would get dropped, though. Oh, yeah, can you imagine Malik Scott versus Hughie Fury? Fuck me. Put a glass eye to sleep, that shit. Jesus. Fucking hell. That would put a fucking glass eye to sleep, man. Garbage. I think I fucked something up as well, which is great. What's the date today? The 16th, isn't it? Fucking YouTube, man. Pisses me off sometimes, you know. Really does piss me off. Bloody piece of shit, man. Exactly. There's not much to like. Oh, fuck's sake. Pop-ups. There's not much to like about with Tyson. Sorry. There's not much to like about Tyson Fury, to be fair. Especially his mockery of mental health illness issues. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I saw that. I did see that. Joey Rizzo. Yeah, I did see that. See, to me, that looked genuine with Ammo Williams. That looked genuine. So hopefully that kid gets better. Hopefully he can get back on the right track. But yeah, to me, what the fuck is going on here, man? Tell you what, YouTube sometimes is a fucking piece of shit, honestly. Absolute piece of shit. I'm trying to do like 5 things at once, man. Yeah, need a future verse about Huey Fury instead of gubbing Xanax, yeah. WBO's getting dropped soon. AJ's going to have 3 mandatories ordered if he beats USYK, Joyce, Hergovich, and a PBC fighter. I don't think Joyce would be right away, though. Joyce would be down the line. I don't think Joyce would be anytime soon, to be honest. So I think he'll be okay with that one. Fucking joke, man. YouTube's a fucking piece of shit, man. I'm trying. Garbage fucking cunting website, man. I'm getting triggered, man. I'm getting fucking triggered by YouTube. Whatever, man. Fucking joke. Lost where I was now. Fuck's sake. 1 second, guys. Preoccupied, man. Williams? Which one? Exactly, yeah. Fury got mental health issues conveniently when mental health charities were being promoted in the UK. And yet also, look at what was hanging over him with the PED charges against Klitschko. Sorry, and the Klitschko rematch, sorry. The PED charges, the Klitschko rematch. There was so much, there was a lot of stuff hanging over his head, and it seemed like a convenient get-out at the time. But maybe you're right, Selaire, man, but to me, Tyson Fury is just a compulsive liar. And I don't think it's controversial to say that. I feel bad that I don't actually believe Fury talking about his apparent struggles. He's that untrustworthy. Exactly, Young King. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. Yep. Yeah, I think Ritson Ponce being the number 1 for the IBF spot was a joke, but Ponce's a good fighter. Ritson should move back down. Exactly, I agree, Alex Black. Oh, yeah, Ammo, sorry. Yeah, Ammo Williams, yeah. Yeah, he said he was going to quit. He said he was going to quit, but I think he's a good fighter. I think he's a good young prospect. So hopefully he gets better and gets back to the ring, man. Because I think, like I say, I think Ammo Williams is a fun fighter. I think he's a good prospect. So hopefully he gets better soon, man. Again, I'm not completely discounting it. I'm not a complete cunt, but well, I say that. Probably am a complete cunt, but but yeah, you guys know how it is, man. No, I'm gonna fucking throw this out the window in a minute. This fucking computer. Serious, man. Fuck's sake, man. Big up to Slime Entertainment, by the way. Who faked their Rona better, Teofimo or Fury? Well, Tyson Fury got over it in like 4 days, so I'd say Tyson Fury. That's the best way to say it. The boy who cried wolf, yeah. You can only tell so many lies and still be believed, man. Like, I'm a naturally skeptical person anyway, so you tell me a lie once, man. Shame on you. Tell me a lie twice and I believe it. Shame on me, man. Damn, that's a big weight cut, man. You was 230 and cut to 152. It was really helpful to see somebody go from obese to world champion. Really would suck if he cheated to do it. Seemed like diet and exercise. Well, listen, man. I guess any story's got a positive outcome. If you drew inspiration from that, that's a great thing. There's no doubt about it. But I'm just talking about Tyson Fury, the man, the character. I just don't think he's the type of person people think he is. But I might be wrong, man. Maybe he's just like a bit of a maverick whose heart is in the right place. But who knows, man? Who knows? Sorry, is there any referees or judges who, when you see it before a fight, you get a bit annoyed? Yeah, Terry O'Connor's definitely one. Ian John Lewis as a ref is definitely another. CJ Ross used to be one. I don't think she judges anymore, though. Adelaide Bird was another one. Who is the other American one who I never liked? There's another American judge. I never really liked Steve Weisfeld. There's quite a few, man. There's quite a few. Honestly, there's quite a few. There we go. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm having a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, Tyson Fury exaggerates. I think he had mental health issues, but only because he took shit loads of drugs and drink. Most of his story is complete bullshit, to be honest. Yeah, you could be right. Now, fair play to Lair, man. Fair play to you, bro. Listen, man, that's great, man. Cutting down to 152 is crazy from like 230 odd. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. And fair play to you, man. I'm like 168 right now. I want to get back down to 160, back down to middleweight, man. So I can't. Yeah. If you can lose that amount of weight, I can lose 8 pounds, man. Yeah, Lawrence Cole was awful. Yeah, Lawrence Cole was fucking terrible, GB Guthrie. Absolutely awful referee. I remember him in Lomachenko Salido, and there was another one as well, which was terrible. I think Russell Mora was another one. Was he the referee in Joseph Agbeko versus Abner Mares, when Abner Mares was just punching Agbeko's ballsack non-stop? It's crazy. What's your thoughts on Andrew Maloney versus Joshua Franco 3? Who do you pick to win? I would lean towards Andrew Maloney, but not really sure. Yes, sir. Sitting in the park in the Scottish sun, streaming Dell, hot boy summer. Facts, man. Facts. Okay, Michael Coppinger saying Anthony Yiga is massively overweight, but the fight is still going ahead. There you go, man. I was saying earlier, Cop End, last minute replacement. it's down to it's down to how good a shape Yiga is in. And it doesn't sound like he's in good shape. To be honest with you guys, I've not really fucked with any diets. The only diet I have done is the intermittent fasting, basically. And that worked for me personally. Not even so much in regards to like weight loss or anything like that. And it did help that, but for me, intermittent fasting, the first couple of days were hard, not snacking and whatnot. But after a couple of days, weirdly, I felt I had so much more fucking energy. I was awake for longer. I felt like I could do a lot more, less brain fog. Intermittent fasting for me was really, really good. And it really, really worked, genuinely worked. So intermittent fasting is something, I think people should check out. I don't think it's for everybody personally, but I don't think any diet is, obviously. But intermittent fasting for me was really helpful. Really, really good. Yeah, Mares Agbeko, that was the one, yeah. Listen, man, you got to take the positives where you can get them at the end of the day. As long as you made yourself better, that's really the only thing that matters, mate. You're in a better place for it, so that's a positive. Yeah. It's one of those things, man. It's one of those things. I mean, at the end of the day, man, I wouldn't really care if this guy was fighting regularly. I wouldn't really make a point about it, but what? Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Fight media, because fucking he knocked down Trey Lippe Morrison as well. Okay, so OMAD diet is where you only eat one time a day. That's basically what I did, Joey, with intermittent fasting. I called it intermittent fasting, but basically I was eating once a day, like one big meal a day. That's all I was doing. And yeah, that helped me personally. Adidas baddies, yes, sir. Go up there, man, and approach him, bro. Young King. Make a little smooth approach. I'll tell you what, Young King, I like a fucking female in a tracksuit. When she's got her hair down, she's not made up, she's kind of thick, nice fat ass. What's not to like, man? What's not to like? Just a late, yeah, man. Yeah, I heard about this, Nathan, but I've not seen the fights. Let's have a look, mate. Let's have a look. 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 Boxing scene, I'd imagine it'll be on. There you go. Okay. Brad Foster versus Jason Cunningham. Good fight. British, Commonwealth, and European super bantamweight titles. Good fight. Very good fight. What else is there? Akeem Ennis-Brown versus Sam Maxwell for the British and Commonwealth super lightweight titles. Good fight. Anthony Yard's going to be on the bill as well. Interesting. That's not a bad card. Anthony Kakache against Leon Woodstock, another good fight. That's a good card, That's a good card. No, I never saw that, but I need to get in on it. Try eating one egg in the morning every day for a month. Fuck me. No, thank you. I would say the snake diet is the best. 48s and 72s with one meal. Okay, push that fast for a long time and train hard. Results will happen. Mind over matter. That's the thing, innit? Mind over matter. Yeah, decent fight. I think Kanzu wins, though. Yeah, I think fasting now and again is good for everybody, to be honest. Hang on, Lennox Clark made Willie Hutchinson. Sorry, Lennox Clark has made Willie Hutchinson go for a full reboard. He's fighting Zach Chelli next. Hang on, is Willie Hutchinson fighting Zach Chelli, or is Lennox Clark fighting Zach Chelli? Both fights are good, though. Both fights are good. Thoughts on Zach Parker? He needs to step up and fight surely before going at world level, but he's got some ability. Yeah, I think Zach Parker's okay. He seems to carry power in both hands. Decent technician. He looks like a decent boxer, but like you said, he needs some solid fights. I felt he lost against Darryl Williams way back when. I know he was injured in that fight, but yeah, he looked terrible in that fight. But he looks okay. But yeah, he needs some good competitive fights. He needs some good competitive fights. I'll tell you a name, Nathan, for Zach Parker. Someone like Caleb Truax. I know Truax has seen better days, but he's tough, he's durable, being a world champion. I think that'll be an okay fight for Zach Parker right now. Yeah, but I might need to fast again soon, boys. I might need to fast again. I couldn't fucking do it, man. Yeah, Clark Chelli, yeah, good fight. Yeah, good fight, guys. Yeah, Lennox Clark, Zach Chelli, really good fight. Really good fight. I couldn't believe that when I saw that, Nathan. Couldn't believe it. Sergio Martinez, Brian fucking Rose. There you go. Yeah, the Jarrett Hurd weight bully diet. Yeah, I did. I used to like Jarrett Hurd, man. I know he was a weight bully, but he always seemed like a nice guy to me, man. So I never used to hate on Jarrett Hurd. Yo, guys, I need to start learning fucking Spanish, you know. I need to start learning fucking Spanish. What have I just typed in? Nothing. Yeah, I never really rated Willie Hutchinson, to tell you the truth. See, I fucking hate liver, E-machines. I fucking hate liver. Yeah, and the sad thing is about that Darryl Williams fight for me, Alex Black. Apparently, after that fight, this is what I've heard. So probably shouldn't really put it out there, but I will anyway. Apparently, after that fight, Darryl Williams got in a real bad way mentally because of that fight, and basically just lost love for boxing, and he's never fought since. So, you know, that sort of thing to me is heartbreaking, to be honest, because that sort of win for Darryl Williams at that time, who knows, man? That could have been the difference in buying a house or getting a mortgage. Do you know what I mean? Like, to me, robberies like that are always worse when it's at that level, because that can be the make or break in really earning some money in your career. You see, like Canelo Golovkin won. Yeah, that was a robbery. It's bad. It's worse for the sport because it's a bigger fight. But in terms of the individuals involved, Golovkin can still buy fucking half of Kazakhstan kind of thing. He's okay. But someone like Darryl Williams, do you know what I mean, man? It's fucked up for me. It's fucked up. Yeah, so me personally, right now, I just need to trim down a little bit. I want to get to 160. I'm 168 right now, 6'1". I want to be a tall, rangy middleweight. That's what I want to be. Yeah, Hutchinson needed tougher tests, in my opinion. Still young, he can come back, but has to work on certain aspects. For me, the keys for Castano, first and foremost, is to be he needs to be a lot more careful coming in and getting to the inside, because he does come in straight lines. And ultimately, it's up to Castano to stay all of the way in. He needs to stick to Jermell Charlo's chest like glue. Jermell Charlo's not the greatest inside fighter, to be honest. And I think Castano can work him up close, but he needs to stay there. And it's up to Castano to do that. But a bit more defensively sound in this fight. Castano needs to be. Yeah, horrible. I hate mushrooms as well. Yeah, Clark is rugged. He gave Lerone Richards a pretty tough fight. He did indeed. Exactly, Alan. Yeah, he needs to be very hard to hit on the outside, not give too much away. He needs to close the distance quickly, get on the inside, and try and stay there for as long as possible. Exactly. Hola, manacita. Yes, sir. Salute to Jerome Benjamin in the house. Big up to you, sir. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Parker was injured. Yeah, he dislocated his shoulder, but it was a bad robbery. Yeah. And yeah, Williams never boxed again. What's your thoughts on the possible Chris Colbert-Gervonta Davis fight? Good fight. I think Gervonta knocks him out, though. I don't think Chris Colbert's got the power to really keep Tank honest, to tell you the truth. Exactly, Alex, man. It's those sort of fights that really wind me up, to tell you the truth. Yeah, that was a great fight. That was when Frank Warren first moved to BT. I remember that. I think it's a decent fight, but Tank should win. Tank should win. Yeah, Diaz. I like Diaz. He fights everybody, but he's never one of those guys who blows you away. Jojo Diaz. One of those guys. He does all of the basics well. He can box pretty well. Decent technician, but not the biggest puncher. Not the fastest. Not the strongest. Not the biggest. I think he'll get beat by Gervonta Davis. I think he'll get beat. That's a good fight, Fight Media. Giovanni Straffon versus Maxi Hughes. Yeah, Straffon recently knocked out, what's dude's name? James Tennyson. Yeah, he recently knocked out James Tennyson. I would go for Straffon again, you know. I would go for Straffon beating Maxi Hughes. But good fight. Good fight. Good fight, man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the matchmaking's been great for Zach Parker so far. He needs some hard fights before he fights for a world title. Again, even like sort of old veterans like Caleb Truax would be a step up. I agree. I picked Jojo to win, but I wasn't confident. Yeah, decent little card, that Fight Media. Decent card. Yeah, the thing with Jojo Diaz is like he kind of struggles with weight. I don't think he lives for life outside the ring, Alan. I mean, look at the fight with Rakhimov. He badly missed weight, didn't he? So I don't think Jojo exactly takes it seriously outside the ring, but he's a good boxer. I do like him. Oh, you thought Fortuna got robbed? I felt Jojo won. It was a close fight, but I felt Jojo was the more effective boxer in that fight. Thoughts on Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley? I'd lean towards Jake Paul, but I think Woodley's his hardest fight. Woodley's quite explosive, but I think if Woodley can't get him out of there in the first couple of rounds, he'll gas out and get knocked out. I think Woodley needs to do it early on, needs to go for it kind of thing. He's a smaller dude, quite explosive. I think he should try and replicate Mike Tyson, man. Just come in low, try and close the distance, come in with hooks and try and knock him out, honestly. Barboza Moran, co-main event on Franco Maloney. Yeah, not a great fight in my opinion. Not a great fight. Who would be the best boxer in a boxing-only street fight? Interesting. The best boxer in a boxing-only street fight. So basically like a bare knuckle fucking tear up on the street. That's a good question, you know. I think Beterbiev would be pretty handy because, you know, in street fights you kind of fall into clinches quite a lot. Beterbiev's lethal in clinches. He's so fucking strong. I might say Beterbiev would be one in a street fight. Yeah, I'm going to say Beterbiev. I wouldn't say, I'm not really sure, Alan, to be honest. I'm not really sure, to tell you the truth, but... Oh, yeah, he got ragdolled against Colby Covington, man. He got fucking ragdolled. He's lost his last, 4 fights in the UFC, and he got released. Yeah, to be fair, though, like a lot of boxing fans are talking shit on Jake Paul. He would knock out most of those guys, man, let's be honest. Most of the guys talking shit, Jake Paul would knock him out. Jake Paul, yeah, for the average guy on the street, can definitely fucking fight. He can definitely fucking fight. So I'm not criticizing him, man. He's doing his thing. He's making his money. So let him do what he wants to do, man. But if he fights somebody half decent, it will come unstuck. But fair play to him, man. Fair play to him. Yeah, the size difference is massive, Lamb Chop. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Robbie Davis Jr., yeah, definitely good value for money. His fight with Lewis Ritson was great. Alex Black, brilliant fight. Brilliant fight. And yeah, you guys are right, though. The size difference between Tyron Woodley and Jake Paul is massive. So that's what I'm saying, though. If Tyron can't get him out of there early on, Tyron's fucked, really, man. He's a muscle-bound guy, you know, kind of quick twitch muscles. He'll kind of put everything into every shot. If he can't get him out of there early on, he'll gas out and get knocked out. So Tyron just needs to go in there and go for it, in my opinion. Try and rush him, try and bum rush him, overwhelm him, you know? Try and test that inexperience. So I want to see Jake Paul versus Canelo just because I don't like Jake Paul. To be honest, though, yeah, we're all boxing fans here. If you was in Jake Paul's position, and if I was in Jake Paul's position, I would do the same thing. I'm sure you guys would as well, man. I can't really hate on the guy. I can't really hate on him. Yeah, Jake Paul's weight bullying smaller fighters. Wait until this guy gets ranked by the WBA, Alanar. You can see that coming. Jake Paul getting ranked. Yes, big up to Mad Chad in the house. By the way, guys, if you've not checked out Mad Chad Boxing and Sports, check him out, man. Check him out. Very enthusiastic for the sport of boxing. And every time I've spoken to him, really nice guy as well, man. So big up to Mad Chad. Really good dude, man. And a good channel as well. So if you could, check out his channel. Hit the subscribe button. Really good shit, man. He's one of those guys, man. You know, none of this extra drama bullshit. He just wants to see good fucking fights. And that's what it's all about, man. So big up to Mad Chad. Great channel, great dude. Salute to you, sir, man. What's your thoughts on Dillon Danis? Because in my opinion, he's really fucking annoying. Yeah, he's a clown. He's a clown. I like class acts and people who properly represent. I like class acts and people who properly represent mixed martial arts. Jake Paul was calling Conor evil, but he's not much different. Yeah, I know what you mean, Selaire. But, you know, Conor McGregor at this stage, I'm surprised he's even got fans. That guy's a piece of shit, honestly. He's a thug, just a certified piece of shit, man. Imagine getting your leg snapped and talking shit on your opponent's wife, man. That guy's a piece of shit, Conor McGregor. I hope he does come back so he gets fucking iced again. I can't stand Conor at all. The guy's a piece of shit, honestly. I would watch it, Alan. I would rather see it than what do you call it? Than Kayla Plant. I'd rather see Golovkin Canelo 3 than Kayla Plant. To be honest, I'm sure there's far easier ways Jake Paul could make money, so the guy deserves some respect for saying that. Saying that, I think he's a bellends. Yeah, I mean, you got to give Jake credit. He fucking trains hard, man. He stays in the gym. He stays in the gym, man. So I can't hate on the guy, man. I can't hate on the guy. I would do the same thing if I was in his position. Maybe I'd go about it in a different way, but I would do the same thing. Yeah, Conor, though. Conor's one of those guys, though. You know, there's that saying. I forgot the fucking saying, but basically Conor's become a parody of himself at this point. He's just overdone it. Yeah, all his fans are Irish, but not all Irish fans are like Conor. Sorry, all of his fans are Irish, but not all Irish fans like Conor. To be honest, E-Machines, I know a lot of people out here who like Conor McGregor. A lot of people. He's got a lot of fans in England. If they promoted Brian Castano as Carlos Castano, Carlos's dad, Monzon, and his middle name, yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah, Billy Joe, yeah, I know what you mean, Joey Rizzo. So is Billy Joe a wannabe thug? He looks like a serial killer, laugh out loud. Yeah, YouTubers getting regular fights while superstars box once a year and avoid unifications. Boxing sucks currently. Exactly, that's another thing. Jake Paul's more active than the so-called pound-for-pound level talents. Jake Paul is fighting more fucking regularly and training more. How about that? I'm not going to hate on Jake Paul. Listen, Jake Paul is he's not a problem in boxing. You know, the fact that, listen, boxing's got bigger problems than Jake Paul and Logan Paul. You know, if boxing was in a healthy state, there wouldn't really be as much of a place for guys like Logan Paul or Jake Paul. They wouldn't have such an easy time breaking in. But boxing is a fucked up sport. It's diluted. It's divided. Promoters don't work with each other. Politics, etc. So boxing's got a lot of trouble, man. Yeah, when Golovkin was robbed, he took it classy. You could see the disappointment, but he wasn't a poor loser. Conor's more hated in Ireland than loved. I can imagine that. Big up to G-Man Boxing in the house. And yeah, by the way, check out Unrivaled Boxing Talk and G-Man Boxing as well. 2 more really good channels. Yeah, people can't understand that Jake Paul has talents. There's only one thing people can say about him is that he's a YouTuber. Like, so fucking what? People can't respect the talent he has. Yeah, he's a good salesman, Jake Paul. He knows what he's doing, man. He's very intelligent. And yeah, man, I've seen guys in the gym, who have trained for a few years, and they're not at Jake Paul's level. So make of that what you will. Yeah. Not really interested, man, in that one. I'd rather watch Jake Paul, to tell you the truth, than those 2 steroid jockeys. But that's just me, though. Big up to Jaxie in the house. Salute to you, sir. Salute to Thomas as well. Thomas Morland. Big up to you. I'll get back into doing live soon, mate. Yeah, man. I've noticed you've not done as many live streams, man. Yeah, that was a great live stream, Jack. Really enjoyed that, man. On Unrivaled's channel. Really, really good live stream. Really enjoyed it. Just simply kicking back, watching highlights, talking about, fights of the past. Real good time, man. Oh, damn. Madchad's got Brian Castano, beating Jermell Charlo. I can't see it, bro. I can't see it, Mad Chad. I can't see it. I think it's going to be competitive, but I think Jermell's going to edge it out. I've got Jermell on points. Maybe controversial. Yeah, he's done a couple recently, E-Machines. He's done a couple. I didn't catch the one before last, but I know he did it live, but I caught last night's one. Really good stuff. Yeah, Connor's popular with a lot of people where I'm from, but the double standards are crazy. We'll call out somebody else who does something, they got mad, and when Connor does it, it's okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Connor, to be honest with you, G-Man. I liked Connor, yeah, when he first came on the scene, because I don't mind trash talk yet if you're backing it up. And his trash talk was quite effective because he definitely got in guys' heads, like Chad Mendez, Jose Aldo. He got in those guys' heads. Eddie Alvarez, there's no doubt about it. The trash talk worked with those guys. But after a while, man, it became stale. Connor never really developed as a fighter, and he got found out, and he's still talking shit. And right now, he's like a caricature of himself, you know? Yeah, Castano has the hand speed to counter Charlo, so it's going to be interesting. Late stoppage. All of Argentina's behind this Pitbull Castano. Damn. Late stoppage. See, I've seen people pick Castano, but not by stoppage. If he stops Charlo, it's going to be to the body, though, I would imagine. Like, Charlo felt the body shots from Rosario. There's no doubt about it. And even who else was there who caught him to the body and hurt him? There was another fight as well. I forget what it was, though. Yeah, Charlo majority decision. I wouldn't be shocked. Wouldn't be shocked. Punching down has a way of exposing defensive flaws in a fighter. That's a good point. That's a good point. I'm looking forward to that fight, though, man. I think it's a really good fight. Just even like just stylistically, it's gonna be a bit of a tear up, I would imagine. It's gonna be a tear up. So I can't hate on that fight. It's going to be good. Yeah, exactly. If he does come back, though, I would imagine maybe a Nate Diaz trilogy, maybe. And speaking of the Diaz brothers, Nick Diaz is coming back, man. He's fighting Robbie Lawler. See, I love the Diaz brothers, man. I love the Diaz brothers. Those guys, to me, just epitomize fighting. Tough as fuck. You know, they are what they are. I like the Diaz brothers a lot, man. Especially Nate. I like the Diaz brothers. McGregor's going to end up as a hopeless alcoholic. You can see it from here. I'll tell you what, man. He'll do well to do that, man. He's got a lot of fucking money, but, you know, fighters have blown through crazy amounts of money in the past. Look at Evander Holyfield, for example. So it's possible. Jesus Christ. God, you boys got fucking loads of shit to do tomorrow. Just realised, but it is what it is. Rosado and the Diaz brothers are the last of their kind. Yeah, Rosado's another fucking gangster. That's one thing, actually, you know. I'm a boxing fan, right? I love boxing much more than MMA. But one thing I'll give MMA credit for is they seem to have a lot more characters in their sport. Like, a lot more interesting people. Like, the athletes themselves are a lot more interesting, in my opinion, in the MMA world. Whereas boxing, it's all too much. I don't know, man. Everyone seems to be a lot of people just seem to be playing a character in boxing without being themselves. But MMA seems a lot more, I don't know. Yeah, Diaz brothers equals Stockton cannabis patients. Charlo in a competitive points win, I would say. Faust, he says, I think Castano's overhand shots may buzz Charlo at some point in the fight, but I have Charlo winning by split decision. Jay's Boxing Universe, I was mentioning this on Twitter. I think that's a good fight on paper, but the problem is Anthony Yiggett is coming in late notice and he's missed weight, so I'm not really sure what sort of shape he's in, to be honest with you. But if, let's say, Anthony Yiggett is what we know him as. I think that's a very hard fight for Rolly Romero. Anthony Yiggit can box. He's tough. He's durable. So that could be a good fight, but it's hard to say really with where Yiggit is at right now. Not fought since 2019, late notice. So it's a hard one. It's a hard one, but it could be a good fight. It could be a good fight. It could be a good fight. Could be a good fight, man. I think the question is, has Charlo's chin been tested yet? If it hasn't, Castano may ask questions. I think Charlo, who are the hardest punchers Charlo's fought? Jermell, that is. Rosario, maybe. Tony Harrison can crack. He's got snappy power in the right hand. I think Jermell's chin is pretty good, to be honest. I think Jermell's chin is pretty good. Del Yiggit on points. Do you dig Anthony for... Sorry, Del Yiggit on points. Do you dig it for Anthony Yiggit, or do you think good old Rolly will break his solely? Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. I think the safe bet is with Rolly Romero, to be honest. I'm going to go with Rolly Romero. He's probably going to look fucking terrible. It might be a robbery, but I've got Rolly Romero. Roly-poly Romero. What fight did Charlo get dropped in? Bellamy won it. Hang on, what fight was that? Not Charlo. I don't even know what fight Charlo got dropped in. But there you go. Yeah, Charles Bellamy. No, do you know what? The knockdown in which Castano suffered, he was actually, I wouldn't say he was badly hurt, but he definitely felt it. It was a hard shot when he got dropped. That was when he fought for the interim title. And he got dropped in the second round. Me and Mark were talking about this the other day, actually. And yeah, Castano definitely felt it. I think he was semi-buzzed. But yeah, it's going to be a good fight, man. Fuck it. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Definitely felt it, man. And if you could smash the like, guys, be much, much appreciated. You know what YouTube are like, man? They love the likes. If you hit the like, man, they love it. Those little dweebs down at Silicon Valley get a fucking boner, and they'll put your channel higher up on the algorithm. So if you could smash the like, it would be much appreciated. It helps us out, man. It helps us out. That's true. That is true, Mad Chad. Yeah, that's true. It's how you get up, man. Just like life. Just like life, man. How you get up. Are you going to sit there and feel sorry for yourself, or are you going to get up and fight? Facts, man. I'm looking forward to it, though. Real talk, though. I'm looking forward to it. Being the fight in which honestly, yeah, it's probably the fight I've looked forward to. I don't want to say the most this year, but like it's definitely top 5 most anticipated fights of 2021 for me. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm really looking forward to it. Look at Unrivaled, man, dropping by with a super sticker. See, I've got no fucking idea yet. What's the difference between a super sticker and a super chat? What is the difference? You guys have to tell me. I'm the guy who fucking runs the channel, and I've got no fucking idea what the difference is. But big up to Unrivaled. Much appreciated. Glad to see you back, by the way, man. Really enjoyed that live stream last night. You know me, yeah. I've been real fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? I've not really gone on many people's live streams, man, but that live stream last night was fucking great. So big up to Unrivaled. Yes, sir. Brian Rose, Sergio Martinez, 2014 flashbacks. Okay, so yeah, sticker just stays there kind of thing. It's a symbol. Okay, that's cool. Martinez, yes, he's like 67 years old with one leg. I used to love Sergio Martinez though, man, as a fighter. Loved watching him fight. In hindsight, Sergio Martinez definitely a bit overrated, but watching him fight was so fucking fun, man. He was flawed, but he had power, he had athleticism, hands down. Just a great fighter to watch, man. And yeah, it would pain me. It would pain me to see Brian Rose chin him. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I'd be fucking raging. Yo, Ted Cheeseman, man. Listen, Ted Cheeseman, I can't fucking lie, Mad Chad. Ted Cheeseman is he's a fun fucking fighter, man. Puts it all on the line. Puts it all on the line. Got a good fucking chin as well, man. Oh dear. Yeah, that's the only thing with Sergio. Yeah, he did run from Golovkin at the end, but to be honest though, like Sergio was fucked at that point. He was done. He was done. I think he knew he was done as well, which is why he went for Cotto. I think he knew that. Hang on, Chris Algieri versus Mikel Lespierre. That's going to be a boring fight, bro. Neither guy can hit hard. Never been a big fan of Chris Algieri. Chris Algieri to me, yeah. You know when you look at certain dudes, yeah, and you want to slap them? Chris Algieri's that sort of guy to me. Just want to give him a quick little backhand. He'll knock me out, but still. He's a tough kid, Chris Algieri. I can't hate on him. He's a tough kid. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that whole scenario was a fucking dumpster fire, Alan. No doubt. Oh, we got JDev now, contributing with a super sticker, trying to graffiti the fucking live chat. Big up to JDev though, much appreciated for the support, bro. And you've not mentioned me and Fat Girls in this stream for once, so I've got to give you respect, bro. I've got to give you respect. Okay, if a fight happens next, who would you bet on at 122? MJ Akhmadaliev or Naoya Inoue? Again, I've got to go with Inoue. I think that's for safe money, but I think stylistically it's a bit of a barn burner. I think MJ definitely has his success, but I believe Inoue is going to carry his power up to at least 122, and I think he'll take care of MJ Akhmadaliev. And I like Akhmadaliev. I think I would actually root for Akhmadaliev, believe it or not, but it's a great fight, man. I like both guys, but I would go with Inoue. Some troublesome moments, but he would knock him out in the mid rounds, I would say. Maybe 6, 7, 8 rounds. Good fight, though. Good fight. Yeah, let the tiger out of his cage. Yep. And he got dropped. He's going to drop. He got dropped. Yeah, I personally feel that Chris Algieri comes across as a gentleman. Maybe it's just me, man. I think I'm just... listen, I'm just a fucking arsehole at the end of the day. I'm just a fucking arsehole, so... That's the impression I get, Jerry Rizzo. That's the impression I get. You know, sitting there drinking his quail's fucking milk, his quail shakes and shit, kind of thing. But yeah. Mad Chad again. Mad Chad also is putting his fucking graffiti up on the stream, man, with his super sticker. Big up to Mad Chad, though. Much appreciated for the support. Big up to Mad Chad. I don't blame you, E-Machines, man. As long as you're here, as long as you're here, bro, that's the main thing, man. Just really here to chat and cook it up, really. Any super chat really is just a nice bonus, which I greatly appreciate, kind of thing. But yeah, big up to you guys, man. Whether you just come in and watch, hit the like, or drop super chats, it's all support, man. So big up to you guys. And I need to be more active with this boxing channel, but I've just not been motivated, like for certain fights. There's not much coming up, man, that gets my attention. But we'll keep on plugging away, man. Chris, I'll cook your meals, Algieri. That would be a great fucking fight. Johnny Tapia versus Naoya Inoue, man. That'd be a great fight. Do you know what, though? I would favour Inoue, but it'll be a great fight. Johnny Tapia had no quit in him whatsoever. That guy's life... Listen, that guy's life story is fucking heartbreaking. Like, you can't break that guy in the ring, man. If he's on his best... If he's up for it, you can't break Johnny Tapia in the ring, man. You can't break him. You can't break him, man. There's ample time. Yes, my boy Marat Gassiev fighting next Thursday against Michael Wallish. Michael Wallish is getting sent to the fucking Shadow Realm. But I'll watch it. Probably is, bro. Probably is. I think I meant Kale. I meant Kale. Yeah, I watched his I think it was a HBO documentary on Johnny Tapia. And that shit was heartbreaking, man. Not gonna lie. That shit was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking, man. Yeah, Quail's like a mini chicken, yeah. Like getting you a pint at the bar or smoking you up is like a super sticker. Indeed, man. Indeed. And by the end of 2021, Mad Chad, we'll get you to 1,000 subscribers, I reckon. Or at least near 1,000 subscribers. We'll get you there, man. And again, Mad Chad, man, he's got a great channel, so check him out. Really good channel. See, Mad Chad, yeah, is like what the boxing community should be. There's none of this talk about A side, B side, he said, she said. It's just talking about fucking great fights and shit, man. And certain fighters. That's what it's all about, really. That's what it's all about. Like today, yeah, I saw on you. I'm not subscribed to these guys, but like, you know, the Tyson Fury fans and the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fans are going back and forth, man. And I'm not even going to fucking repeat what I saw, man, but the video title was so fucking petty. It's like, what the fuck, man? Honestly. Yeah, Johnny Tapia was an excellent boxer, great fighter, and a wild man. Watched him live many times, but I think Inoue would do him. I would agree. I think Tapia, though, would be a live dog as long as he's there. He would win rounds as well, I would imagine. But yeah, I would take Inoue to win that fight. I think it would chop him down to the body and maybe stop him late on. It's a great fight, though. It's a great fight. Yes, Mr. Doc. Salute to Mr. Doc. Another one of the most enthusiastic people I've ever heard on like the YTBC. I've never heard Mr. Doc like bring down the conversation or be a Debbie Downer. This guy, man, comes in with heat every single time. Passion for boxing, man. And it just like it's good to see, man, because you know what the YTBC is, man. It's fucking poisonous. It's toxic. Everyone's fucking negative, but Mr. Doc, man's Mr. Doc's great. Mr. Doc is great, man. I don't think Inoue's fucking human, bro. I don't think he's human. Honestly. Like, the amount of power that little guy can generate is absolutely insane. It's obscene, in fact. Like, when this guy hits people, they stay fucking hit. It's so, just, you don't see it often in those weight classes. But it's good, though. That's one positive, though, of the last few years in boxing. We are negative sometimes, and we look at things with a glass half empty approach. But one thing that I have liked in the last few years is that these lower weight guys are getting a lot more attention. A lot more people are aware of bantamweights, super flyweights, light flyweights. A lot more people are talking about these fights now, which is a great thing. Same goes with the cruiserweight division. You know, these divisions historically have always been kind of shit on by like the majority of boxing fans. But in the last few years, these divisions are getting a lot more traction, which is good. Because there's some great fights in those divisions, man. Some great, great fights. So that's been one good thing about boxing in the last few years. Yeah, cool boy Stephen Fulton on the way to superstardom, a true Philly fighter. Yeah, I like him. Mad Chad. I want to see, obviously, he's fighting Brandon Figueroa in his next fight. That's going to be a good fight. I think Stephen Fulton beats him. And after that, hopefully, Fulton fights MJ Akhmadaliev. That'd be a great fight. Yeah, Loma as well. Like Loma, Roman Gonzalez, Naoya Inoue, Juan Francisco Estrada. All of these sort of guys, man. Yeah, the stepchild divisions have been carrying the sport in recent years. The lower weights, 140, 154, cruiserweight, very good point. You know, divisions in which people historically kind of shit on, these divisions have been giving us great fights. Like, again, I'll say this here. The last 15 years, I don't think there's been any division greater than the cruiserweight division in terms of pure entertainment. Like pure violence, pure entertainment. The cruiserweight division has been where it's been at, sorry. Like, if you look from like David Haye versus Jean-Marc Mormec to now, the amount of great fights out of a cruiserweight division is staggering, honestly. It's staggering. Some insane knockouts, wars, brutal fights. Cruiserweight division has been lit, man. It's been great. See, I love the cruiserweight division. I'm a bit of a cruiserweight fanboy, to tell you the truth. And I'm a lower weight fanboy now as well. Nah, it's not the worst division in boxing, man. It's not the worst division in boxing. I'd say cruiserweight even now is stronger than 168 in terms of depth of talent. I would say cruiserweight is stronger than 168. Cruiserweight right now is not what it was, but still some good fights there to be made. I mean, can you imagine Makabu versus Briadis, Akoli Briadis? There's some great fights to be made, man. Exactly. Even Duradola Kudryashov, indeed. Dorticos Gassiev, Lebedev Jones. You know, there's been great fights. Briadis USYK. Makabu Papin, Makabu Kudryashov. You know, there's been some great fights, man. Some great fights. Steve Cunningham versus dude's name, Wlodarczyk, I think it was. Great fights. Marco Hook Afolabi. Like, there's been some great fights in the cruiserweight division. Awesome fights. I'm not sure, J-Dav. Maybe. Sometimes, you know, when you cut so much weight, it does deplete your strength, obviously. Maybe Callum can redefine his career at 175, but I'll need to see it personally. I wouldn't really bet on it, but who knows? He's an interesting addition, I guess. He's an interesting addition to the division. But yeah, I remember watching Lebedev Jones back in 2013. This was when I was still at college, man. I was 19 years old, I want to say. And yeah, I came back. It was on a Friday. It was on Box Nation. And I always liked Lebedev, so I turned that fight on, half expecting Lebedev to win easily. And what I saw was a fucking war, man. I kid you not, yeah, that fight, after Lebedev Jones, I literally went out for a run and I wanted to go back to the gym. That's how good that fight was. Because I was boxing at the time, kind of off and on. And after that fight, man, I just went outside and had like a fucking 3 or 4 mile run. And the Saturday after, I went to the boxing gym. That's how good that fight was. Brilliant fight. Brilliant fight. But yeah, man, I'm going to wrap this stream up. Definitely enjoyed it. I've got to make my dinner now, though. So appreciate the comments, appreciate the likes, appreciate the super stickers and super chats. Big up to you guys. I'm going to wrap this one up. Enjoy the fight this weekend. I've got Charlo in a close-ish fight. I think he's going to win on points. But yeah, enjoy the fights this weekend, guys. Have a good weekend. Peace.